Hey beauty, thanks so much for stopping by my channel today. I'm not gonna waste any time. I'm gonna jump right into it because I know you clicked on this video because you wanna know how to cover your acne scars without looking cakey or overdone. And I'm gonna show you my super easy formula, so keep on watching. All right, so the first thing that I'm going to do is grab my polished liquid foundation with my foundation buffer brush, about that much. Tap it on both cheeks, forehead, nose, and chin, and then begin to tap all over. Absolutely love this foundation because it gives me just the right amount of coverage that I need without looking heavy or cakey. And when you're applying your foundation over your acne scars, you want to always make sure that you are tapping it instead of wiping it, because when you wipe it, you're wiping it away as you're applying it, and then your scars are still showing through. So just make sure you tap it. Keep tapping until it is completely blended. And this will also give you the most natural finish. Now, whenever I'm concealing around my eyebrows, after my makeup is already on, after my foundation is already on, I just take my foundation brush with whatever's left on it, and then I just begin to tap the area where I applied that concealer to blend it out. And it's okay if you touch a little bit of your brow hairs. That's actually good because then your brows will look more natural. Okay, so now it's time for me to highlight and contour. And I love using my lifted concealers. The first shade that I'm using, which is my highlight shade, is the Tan Neutral 2401, and then the other shade for my contour is Rich Ebony 1604. And both of these are by Dare Glam Beauty, and I'll have it linked down below. So the first thing that I do is I take my lighter shade and I'm going to apply this in my T-zone. So your T-zone is basically the center part of your face in the shape of a T. So just remember that. And you want to make sure that you hit your forehead area. Now, if you have a larger forehead, make sure that you're only applying a little bit of this in the middle of your forehead and then down the center bridge of your nose. Also, get underneath your eyes, especially the areas that tend to be darker. But good thing is you don't really need a whole lot of concealer. The area that I like to primarily focus the concealer underneath my eyes is going to be from this corner to this corner to this corner. That would be the region where you want your highlight shade. And it doesn't have to be neat because you're going to end up blending it out anyway. But you just want to make sure that you get all underneath your eyes, and then bring it up along the side of your nose just a little bit. Also, this part is very important, your upper lip, your smile lines, and your chin. Now, the same rule applies to your chin and your forehead. If you do not want your chin to look larger, just use a little bit right in the center. But if you have a smaller chin and you want it to look larger, or a smaller forehead and you want it to look larger, then use a lot more or spread the concealer out more. And for contour, now I'm going to take the darker shade, which is the Rich Ebony. So your highlight is going to be a T and your contour is going to be a 3. Okay, so just remember that. 3 is going to start along your hairline, and then your cheekbone, which is going to start, if you were using imaginary points, the top of your ear to the corner of your mouth. But you're not going to bring this all the way down to the corner of your mouth. You're actually going to stop it at the end of your eye. Okay, and then you're going to do your jawbone. So that's your 3. Same thing on this side. Okay, now you want to make sure that you hurry up and blend it out because it will dry quickly, and then you'll be stuck with lines on your face, and that's not a good look. So you're going to take your contour fan brush by Dear Glam Beauty. And what I like to do is first tap it. So using the same method that I use for foundation, I tap it in place first. This is the best and easiest way to blend any liquid products. Tapping it, and then after you tap, then you want to buff it. That's how you get the most natural blend. Next step is completely optional, but I'm gonna go ahead and contour my nose. Now, if you like to contour your nose, what you wanna do is imagine a imaginary point at the front of your brow, and then an imaginary point at the center of your nose. So if there's a circle here, you want a point over here and a point over here, okay? And you're gonna make those points meet each other like that. And then you wanna also bring it up into your eyebrow. Now you can use your contour fan brush to blend that out. And you're gonna do the same method, tap it first and then blend. The idea is for it to look like a shadow and not necessarily a line there, okay? Now, I'm gonna take my foundation brush and I'm gonna just tap the edges first. And the reason why I tap the edges first is because that's usually where the harsh lines take place. So I'm just gonna eliminate that right off rip. Just go ahead and blend out those edges so we have no harsh lines. Now, once the harsh lines have disappeared, then I'm gonna go on top just to make sure that area is completely blended as well. And then once everything looks blended together, so sometimes what I like to do is go back through the contour areas and make sure with the foundation brush, make sure there's no harsh lines also. So I'll just go over and tap. And I'm not adding any more foundation, I'm just using whatever's on the brush. Okay, so now it's time to set everything. And of course, I'm using my Dear Glam Beauty Filtered Set Loose Powder. The Dear Glam Beauty brush set actually comes with two brushes, two fluffy brushes like this one. You wanna use the one that has more of a point, okay? That's gonna help for this step. Tap it with the tip of the brush, like that. Tap the cap, and just tap off any excess powder, because otherwise this will be like all over the place. Now, if it helps, you can grab a mirror. I'm using my 2020 Vision Palette mirror and put it up in the air so that way you can look up. And then you're going to stamp it. You're gonna stamp the powder in all of the areas where you applied the concealer. And just keep stamping it, like press it into your skin until it basically blends itself out, right? You really don't have to brush it away if you don't want to. If you follow the step exactly the way I just showed you, you really don't have to brush it. You can just keep stamping it, pressing it, and it will ultimately blend itself out. And look how smooth and even that under eye area looks compared to this side. And it gives it more of a matte look versus a shiny look. So it takes down that shine. And it gives it an instant lift. So now I look more awake. Pretty simple. You do not have to be a makeup artist to do this. And remember, you want to make sure that you hit all of the areas where you applied the concealer, your lighter shade. And then what I'm going to do with whatever's left on the brush, I'm gonna just go ahead and tap it all over just to make sure my entire face is set, because I want to look like a filter. Hey, thanks so much for watching this video again. I really do appreciate it. If you learned something, make sure you drop it down in the comments below. I really want to know which part helped you out. Like, tell me what was it that you were struggling with before, and let me know how this video has helped you. And if you want to see more videos like this, please give it a thumbs up. Share this video with someone that you know could benefit from this information. And be sure to check out the description box for all of the links to all of my classes and courses so that you can keep on learning more. All right, until next time, stay gorgeous and God bless.